if you don't mind. Drew Galloway versus Bobby Lashley, that's a big main event. And, Bobby Lashley's a guy that you know or have come to know very well over the last few months. How do you think that's going to go? Because this seems like it's Drew Galloway's like crowning reign, and here's Bobby Lashley to stop it.
I tell you what, man, that is definitely going to be a match to see. It's very intriguing, and it's not just because of what we have on the surface. It's just like, well, you got Galloway that comes up. He rolls through the ranks, and he stood up. He became the champion, and all of a sudden, what's going to happen? Is this going to be the end of his reign already? Does Bobby Lashley take back over the throne? And I, for one, I'm a Drew Galloway fan. I call him the Leonidas of TNA because he'll fight a one-man army. He'll take on an army of many. So I call him that for that personal reason. But I don't know, man. I think Lashley, you're going to knock out and tap out. I don't see that happening with Lashley. I really don't see that happening.
Also, Mike Bennett versus EC3. Now, this one is interesting to me for a particular reason. It seems like Mike Bennett is almost in the spot that EC3 was a year ago, where he's hated by fans. He's this new, fresh guy coming in and beating everybody. And EC3 he seems like the experienced guy, and he's trying to show him who runs things around there. What do you think about this match?
Well, those things are always cool, man, because it's almost as if EC3 is, in those movies when you got the good in you, you got the bad in you, or something comes out and you have to face yourself.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what's going on. Hey, don't you know who I am? I'm you. I am you. And now you have to face yourself. And that's what makes that matchup between EC3 and Mike Bennett that much. Gosh, I mean, that's one of the matchups, man. Definitely. All of them are, but that's going to be a great matchup, too. It's like EC3 is just facing off against himself. And I think it's EC3's match unless Maria gets involved, to be honest.
Now, what I want to ask you, has Matt Hardy lost his damn mind?
Matt Hardy, does he still have a mind? I think his mind is shot, man. I think Matt Hardy's mind is shot. Matt Hardy looks like death. He looks like death. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the Matt Hardy estate just so I can see what's going on inside there, man. Matt. Hey, I tell you what, man. He may have lost his mind. He hasn't lost his ability to perform out there in the ring. He hasn't lost his ability to get a freaking reaction from that crowd. He hasn't lost the ability to make you hate him the more. And you know what? Now you want to see what Matt Hardy's going to do next.
Now, he's facing Jeff Hardy in a Full Metal Mayhem match. Do you think the fact that he's lost his mind is going to help him, considering this is a Full Metal Mayhem match?
I really don't think he cares. So yeah, I mean, I guess in a Full Metal Mayhem match, if you don't care about yourself, then certainly you're going to care less about your opponent, and you'll do whatever you have to do, including putting yourself in harm's way to defeat Jeff Hardy. But Matt Hardy doesn't want to just defeat Matt Hardy doesn't want to defeat Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy wants to end Jeff Hardy. Hell, we've seen Jeff Hardy come from 40 feet up in the air. I don't know if anything's going to end Jeff Hardy.
Also, Gail Kim.
And another matchup. That's what I thought. And another matchup that folks personally looking forward to is the knockout match between the Empress of the Knockout, Gail Kim, versus First Lady of Professional Wrestling, who Josh obviously have a problem saying, that being Josh Matthews. I mean, who else is going to be the First Lady of Professional Wrestling? Madison Rayne? I don't know. But anyways, he certainly have a problem with acknowledging Maria.
Maybe Josh could be the First Lady of TNA Wrestling.
No, he's certainly wise enough. You can put that out there, Daddy. He's certainly wise enough that he could be considered such. Yeah, man, that matchup I want to see. We have not seen Maria in full-blown action. To see her go out there, mix it up with Gail Kim is going to be interesting. Her enforcer, Tiana, hell, I might be jumping the gun here, Sean. I'm sure Tiana's going to be there, and she's going to be she's going to be involved some way probably, as she always is. You got the whole cabinet of Maria that's going to be out there. So we got Sienna, who's going to be in the Knockouts Championship match, and she's taking on the Knockouts champion, Jade. So here's Sienna, man, she's come a long, long way. I did a seminar, a wrestling seminar with which Sienna was in, and she reminded me of it. She said, "Hey, you remember?" I said, "Yeah, I do. And that was about maybe 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5. And she's come a long way, and she's in a position right now, man, to be that new powerhouse that dominates the Knockouts division. We've had some great ones and big ones to come. Obviously Kong, who is no longer there. But man, Sienna's now being put in that position to be that Andre or King Kong Bundy or a Big Show. I mean, hey, it's theirs. It's hers for the taking, man.
Also, Decay versus the Bromans in a tag team title match. The Bromans took a bit of a break. Now they're back. It seems like they're looking to pick up right where they left off. And they also have Raquel with them as well to kind of combat Rosemary. Who do you think is going to emerge victorious in this one? Because Decay has been on some kind of hot streak lately.
Well, Decay is the most unique, and who would have ever thought that, of all the changes made to his character over the years, or not made, that Abyss could actually reinvent himself.
I know.
And still be the Abyss. So that is definitely, Decay, Crazy Stevie, his transformation into Sadistic Stevie, and Rosemary with the addition to them, they are the most unique, I think, tandem in professional wrestling. They are hot, man. That interest is just crazy. The way they portray the characters in the ring are just crazy. And I don't know, unless Crazy Stevie and Abyss have drained all of their testosterone out of their body. Because I personally wouldn't be able to focus with Raquel out there, or Raquel, as Josh corrected me.
God, I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram. It's unbelievable.
She is, man, she's gorgeous. She's hot. And I can barely focus when we're calling the action myself. Obviously, it's not going to affect Robbie E for more than one reason. But it's good to see the Bromans back together. I personally was a fan of Jesse Goddard being the man that he was trying to be by himself. I thought he had a lot of upside. But, sometimes, hey, man, if you've already struck gold in a certain area and it's there to be taken again, and go back and get it. So I think that's why he went back. Obviously, he is the man of that team. He carries the weight of the Bromans. Robbie, Robbie's Robbie, so here, if you're a betting man, you might want to bet that Robbie E is going to dive off the top turnbuckle at Slammiversary. So we know we're going to get that from Robbie. So the X Division title will be defended in a fatal four-way. It's really a nice stacked card. The card is great, and I don't think anyone should be disappointed in any of the action that we're going to get. We got the X Division fatal four-way with DJ Z, Eddie Edwards, Trevor Lee, and Andrew Everett, and that's going to be a fatal four-way. Now we saw almost a little dissension between Trevor Lee and Eddie Edwards, but Herb Hams put them back, made sure they focus as a team. So we're going to see a little tag team action, I believe, in that fatal four-way, because it's going to be what it is. But at the same time, I think we want to see each man try to get the pinfall and leave out with that title. So the question in that will be, will the Hams dynasty be able to leave Slammiversary still a cohesive unit as they come in?
Yeah, I think.
And will they have the title?
Yeah, I think I like about this card is It's a lot of matches that I haven't seen over and over again. I mean, I've seen Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, but not in years. So I'm interested in seeing that.
Right.
And it's unlike, we've not seen them in this way. We've not seen this type of match, and well, at least Matt in this frame of mind.
This type of Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this type of Matt Hardy either. Yeah.
This Love Alive charity. I remember you talked to me about it in our first interview, and to be quite honest, I talk to a lot of wrestlers, and some of them you can always tell that they're still kind of working you. And I never once got that feeling from you, especially when you talked about this charity. I've never heard somebody speak so passionately about something that they're working towards as that, and it really resonated with me. And yeah, for those who aren't aware of the Love Alive charity, tell them what you do.
Wow, I appreciate you for bringing that up. It's always, man. That's pretty. Thank you. And it's I don't know how. I truly believe, Sean, and I hope you don't release me getting choked up here, but I truly believe that. The Lord put me here in the position that I'm in as well to help others. And I grew up, and oh gosh, I grew up, man, and I have the best mother in the world. I had the best dad too, but my father was just he was Fred Sanford.
Yeah.
If he had $10, he might give you one, but he was Fred Sanford, and he was a self-made man. He grew up from nothing himself, and he knew how to get money, make money, save money, start his own business, his own auto shop, and he had it to the all the way to his last days, and he was just tight on his money. A lot of old school guys are. So, mom just made it happen. Even if that meant working 2 jobs, she made it happen. We stayed not in the best of. I remember one time we were in a house, man, and the house was falling apart. But that house was like right in front of my dad's business, and Papa wasn't trying to have it. We want to stay there because that's close to his business, and he can keep an eye on his business. And after a while, Mom said, "You know what? That's it. We're out." And when we went and Mom moved us into the first apartment and the last apartment, but the first apartment complex we ever stayed in. And you know what? It was the best place that we ever stayed in. Everything was literally new. I mean, she left everything, and shout out to my mama Pope, whom I love so much. She just went out, man, and brought new furniture, new everything, and she worked day and night, 2 jobs, man, for the longest, because she was determined to show us, not just my dad, but to show us when you want something, you work for it. You have to go out there, be resilient, work diligently towards whatever your goal is. And it's because of her, it's because of my dad as well, that I have the drive, the fortitude to keep pushing forward. With this Love Alive charity, Sean, let me be honest with you, man. Let me be honest with you. I do know there's people out there that love Pope as a character, that love Elijah Burke as a character. But when we do these things, and I've been doing this. This is going to be the 5th year now. Sean, I am self-funded. So that means we don't have any government grants or anything like that. The government is not behind us, not yet. Are we going to work? Are we working towards that? Yes, we are. But when I go out there and I get with a select few who wants to come help, and we feed 300, 400, 500 people, man, out of Burger King, the 40 or 20 donations that I get from people that year, it helps. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm swiping my card. I'm swiping my credit card. I'm swiping my personal card to make sure that this happens, because if I get 20 donations, Sean, and, I've had someone donate 50 cents, and I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people. donate $1, $5. I am happy. I don't care as long as it's something. But I hope, and if you do play this, then fine. I hope you do. I hope that within the 5,000, over 5,000 followers, I can't even accept friends anymore on Facebook. With all of my people that follow me on Facebook, with the over 70,000 and more people that follow me on Twitter, and the people that the fans that come to WrestleInc.com and follow you, I hope that somebody listens to this and say, you know what, I'm going to be that change that I want to see in the world, and that's all I want to do. I want to be that change. We see this every day, and some people that are out there that are homeless, you have women in battered shelters, in the women's shelters, getting out of abusive relationships, can't provide for themselves. We have displaced families from fires, from whatever the case may be. We have people on the street. I have so many teenagers. I put one teenager aside. I said, why are you down here in this line? And he was at what we call the Schazbacher Center. That's the center for the homeless. And not everybody can get taken in because they can only house so many people. I said, why are you? He said, man, me and my parents, we couldn't get along. They told me I had to leave. So he's standing in a homeless shelter, and he has to stand down here in a line for over an hour to get a hot Burger King sandwich and some chips and a drink or whatever else he decide to do. Some people are not out there homeless because they chose to be homeless. Yeah. Some made bad decisions, but some, it's just the luck of the draw. It's just an unfortunate situation. So not to go too far into this, and I do apologize, but I just hope that if you're listening or if you're reading this, that I move you and you're touched enough to say, you know what, let me donate a couple of bucks to this thing. And I always acknowledge everybody that donates. Yeah. Personally, I make sure, if I don't do it, I make sure that my assistant, she does it, because we have to make sure that you guys know that we got your money and your money is going to be used. I don't want people to think that they're helping me or supporting me, because it's not for me. It's strictly for my charity. That's the Love Alive charity. You can go to the ElijahExpress.com, or you can follow me on Facebook at Elijah Burke, or on Twitter at DA Black Pope, DA the Black Pope, and you can learn more about it. Also, the lovealivecharity.org should be up and running in the next couple of weeks or month. It's been a work in progress. I'm trying to take that away from the ElijahExpress.com, and I'm setting up its own website as we move forward into the future. But to everybody that has donated, and to the people that stand by me, including yourself, Sean, you'll never know how much it means to me just to know that you're out there and you're saying, I'm going to support this great cause. The smile on those people's faces, man, to see somebody, one guy came up with a dog. He was homeless, and he had his dog in his little bag. That's his personal companion. We fed the dog too, man.